Today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Studios Series 86 Bonecrusher. This was on loan to me from Mr. J. He was kind enough to let me take a look at it. He is going all in on these figures. I am not. If we're going to see once the combined mode comes out, like once we get all of them. And I will probably wait for them to release, like, you know, the gift set like they have done with the previous Devastator set. And they also did it with the Minosaur set. So I have no reason to think that they will not re-release this set as a gift set box for a little bit more money. But I'm okay with that. And if you guys want to see my first impression unboxing, you can check that out on MyGymPlanet for free. You just need an account to sign up, and you can just head over to MyGymPlanet.com/reviews, and you can find it right there. So let's go ahead, and we are going to take a look at the figure. But before we can do that, we do got to look at the accessories. So he comes with a gun, and it's just a gun. That's it. It's not a whole lot to it. It's got a little bit more of detail for, you know, I guess you could call it hollowness or whatever, but it's pretty simple. He can hold it in his hand just fine. It's a standard 3mm port, just like every single Hasbro figure for the most part in the last 20 years has had. You do have weapon storage when you're in robot mode. You can plug it in the back right there. It's pretty simple. You got these two ports right here, and you can plug it in on either port. There's also a port here on the side, which, oh, it will not plug. Oh, it does not. Oh, yeah, you're right. It doesn't plug in. I should have looked at that. But yeah, you can plug it on either side. Weapon storage. Having weapon storage for your figure is always a good thing, especially if you're going to throw it in a tote or whatever like that. Size comparison-wise, here he is next to his Bonecrusher friend, Scrapper. And I have to say, they look fine together. They're not impressive in any means. And of course, there he is with 01. Let's go ahead and take a look at the detail of the figure. Now, I will say that he is just goofy. I don't like this figure. I really don't. And I don't like him in his ult mode either. And we'll get to that. We'll talk about that here pretty soon here. But yeah, like he just, his proportions are so off. Like the legs, the length of the legs, and which I just feel like they should be purple. I mean, I know this is the color. I think it might be because this is not colored. I think maybe if this had like more silver or something in there, it might have broken it up more. But he just looks like a big giant neon green plastic piece is what he looks like. And like the arms are so stubby. Like, look how stubby those arms are. And then hands are they just painted them purple. And then, of course, you can see right there, it just is goofy, you know? And then, of course, again, it's a deluxe class figure. So again, you know, I get it. But I mean, like, and then like the chest piece, there's nothing. Like, there's this tab right here, and there's this tab right here, and it plugs in and it kind of holds. Of course, now and then of course this is supposed to plug in on the back, and it really does. You can see it really doesn't. It doesn't hold together at all. The stability of the joints of it holding together are just terrible. And then this whole thing on the back, like, it's terrible. This looks ugly. I mean, granted, you're not gonna display him, like, but like, I don't know, like he can't pull off some decent poses. You know, I mean, he stands pretty good, but like, you know, you got your arms out, rotation, elbow joints, no wrist, hand, fingers, anything. The head, he can look up, which is actually kind of an improvement. He can look down, and then of course the full head spin, and then I think he cannot do confused dog look, but the head motion is a little better, you know, because you see how I can kind of turn it, but then like when you turn it, and that's basically the joint of the combined mode, but you can see it doesn't lock in. So that I find that's a problem. Like, that should lock in, but maybe it's designed that way. I don't know. Again, no waist or ab crunch due to this. It's just, I know it's a deluxe figure, but I have deluxe figures that have waist swivels and ab crunches from Legacy. So it's like, and this is why I think this paint application here is real. I think this chest piece is real. It's huge though. He's got man boobs. He's chunky. He's chunky. He's got tiny arms, and he's got lengthy legs. I don't know what they were going for on this figure, other than they were going for, you know, the, what do you call it? They were going for the combined mode is what they were going for. And just in case I didn't show you guys, he can do the full spread, just like Scrapper. He does have this. You get, you know, and there's you do have an ankle rocker, which I think is interesting that it at least has that. But let's go ahead and let's get this guy in his alt mode. So I like to start with just close up the feet. And you just close up the feet. And you want to do is you want to bring the arms out like this. I find this is the easiest. And then you want to bring this out. And I believe I have this turned the wrong way. I think it's supposed to be that way. Or okay. So anyways, so what you want to do is you want to unpeg and see how easy that just popped out. So it's interesting. So you want to open this up like this. The head is going to turn and go inside. And then you have that detail right there. Kind of drop that down. Now, here's what's interesting. You want to unpeg this right here. Because what you have to do is you have to turn. This has to go around. Just like this. And it's going to peg in. You see that? It's gonna peg in just, it should peg in. Because you have to get it in this orientation. And this is really tight. There we go. You have to get this angled right here just right. But you basically, you want to turn it and turn it so you can get that. And then you want to bring it just like that. And you want to angle this down so that you can get these on the inside and then just click them in. And then that's going to plug in just like that. And then you just want to squish it down and plug. So you're going to get that like that. You want to bring this up. This piece is going to come in and it kind of locks in a little bit, but not really. And then this just comes down. Okay, I was wrong. This is going to turn like this. So you're going to turn this down. And then you're going to bring the legs up. And there's little ports right here. And it's going to just plug in. And then there's a peg right here that's also going to peg on the inside here. So you basically just want to line it up. And squish it. And it locks in. And then for, there we go. For the shovel, you want to bring it down. Rotate this up and down. And it locks in just like that. And there you go. You have him in his combine mode. Take a look at Bonecrusher in his alt mode. I would have to say his alt mode is probably, if I was going to say it's my least favorite out of the two. It's my least favorite. It's the most like to do to get here. But in terms of like the look, like the treads being complete, I wish the treads were purple. I do wish the treads were purple. We do have a sticker here for the Decepticon logo on the inside of the chest. We do have paint accents on the front of the grill right here and on the top and everything like that. But you know, for the most part, it's just an ugly looking. It's really ugly looking. It's the most ugly looking thing I've ever seen in my life. And unfortunately, it is what it is, kind of thing. So we can't be, out of the two, I would say the Scrapper was a superior figure compared to this one. And this is an arm. So I'm a little worried about how this is going to be portioned wise, and I do find that a little, this is the robot chest, and I find it really unsightly because, like, you know, if you're going to display them, you're basically going to display them like that. You can't really do anything bulldozer wise because, you know, now you have to see that. And you can undo it a bit to get more of a motion out of it. So you can do that. Let's figure out. There we go. There's no wheels, but you just slide. So you can slide. Now again, just like with Scrapper, there is no instructions for combine mode. However, I do feel like you can. So right here, you want to open this up and you want to bring this whole piece out just like this. And then you're just basically going to just bring it back. And you can see like those tabs right there for like when we were combining it. And It's basically it. I believe that's basically going to be it, and I believe you have a port right there. The only thing is, like, there's no, like, it doesn't, like, this doesn't stay connected, and I don't know if there's going to be something that plugs in here, like, because right here is a slide, so this is where he's going to connect to hook, and I don't know when hook connects if there's going to be a piece that goes in here that's going to lock this in, but right now that's just kind of there. And then you do have this, so you are going to have elbow movement and rotation. I believe this is the correct I believe that's the correct way because of the detail. And then again, this piece also does, you can technically probably pop this out. It looks like it would, but I'm not going to because this is Mr. J's and I don't want to break it. But I believe you're going to plug in the forearm piece right here, which I believe the forearm pieces come with long haul and hook, but you do have that. So there it is in the combined mode. And I don't know, guys. I don't know. Without knowing how long this part's going to be, I think this is going to be not that big, honestly, but it is what it is. Here we have Bonecrusher from Hasbro, and I'm going to say this is probably my least favorite figure of the set so far. We've only gotten 2 releases as of recording of this video. I haven't really even looked at what long haul or hook, which I think are being released as a commander class. So that's going to be interesting. But overall, if you are looking for a Devastator for your 86 line, there's a couple options out there. There's the Hercules. I believe there's a couple third-party Chug stylized figures. There's even the Mechanical Alliance ones. I believe it's called Mechanical Alliance. That, or whatever, that just came out that are more, it's an upside down Devastator, so it's not accurate, but I feel like that's a better figure than this thing. Like this, and I don't have that figure to look at, but I just think that this was probably the laziest I've ever seen Hasbro do on a release. And the fact that they're raising the prices of deluxes it means I'm out. It basically means I'm out. And as I said in my last review, when I talked about Scrapper, about how I'm not getting these, Mr. J's getting them, and he's happy enough to let me take a look at them and take the time to review them and really mess with them, so I can give you guys my honest opinion. Now, if you like them, great. I think that's awesome. I can't recommend this guy. I'm only going to recommend him if you are going for the combined mode. If you're looking for a robot mode set, there are better options. If you're looking for a vehicle mode option, there's better options. And I'm not talking about third party. I mean, you can get the Combiner Wars one. You're going to spend a little money, but you can get one. There are other options out there. Now, granted, some of those options are from years ago, many, many years ago, but there are options out there. Overall, I think it's fine. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, you guys can check out the next one right up here, guys. And as always, until next time.